The bodach is depicted as a big old man who comes down chimneys and takes children, which is absolutely terrifying to have that come down, and also terrifying that it does that. In Gaelic folklore and mythology, the bodach is a trickster and bogeyman-like figure. The bodach is used to frighten children to be good. Bodach is similar to the glass old man, who is a sign of omen and death. And going on, I'm talking about the Yeti. Now, the Yeti is a abominable snowman which lives in the Himalayas, but it's been discussed through scientists that actually it goes through the Himalayas, it travels through the Himalayas to get to its food, and it doesn't actually live there. That's one of the theories. Now, it is similar to the Sasquatch, but in Himalaya. What has found very interesting, if you look around the entirety of our globe, that most countries have a Sasquatch, being like what they have in America. We have one in the UK, the wild ape, which has been sighted in mentioned Forest, Thetford, Scotland, I want to say Wales. So we have our own creature, which France and the UK was connected to France. I can't remember the name of what it was called, but people believe it came through that connection, which is no longer there when we separate. The Yeti has its different places around Russia. It's called the Minks, where there's a sacred site and sacred area where the minks live, and it's reported to say that tribes have said that you shouldn't go into that area because it's the minks' territory. And there has been a tragic accident, very famous one, where a group of teenagers went for a hike up to a summit. I can't remember what area it was. I know it's in Russia, and they cut holes through the tent, and they were tragically died, and it was through the post-mortem was revealed that it wasn't natural causes or animal. I won't go too depth into it, but there was things where it was described extremely excessive force, really powerful. And then there was a photo they took where it showed this really tall, dark black, literally like typical Sasquatch, and which is called the Minx over there, which is the Yeti, but it's the Minx, which there is connection to, and there is also military involvement where the military were there beforehand to witness this, and the military did reopened the case, but there's still parts of it which is still classified to this day. That's got loads of people speculate the minks did kill the group of people who went up there. The Yeti has been known to kill yaks, which are like goats in the Himalayas. It's been known to be very violent to compared to the Sasquatch, where there's very rare cases of the Sasquatch being violent, but with the stories which have been, not stories, but what witnesses have said is the Yeti has picked up people who've knocked them out to steal cattle. people believe it lives not actually in Himalayas, but lives in the, not wood, well, I think they call them woodlands, like the woodland area, not woodlands, but down below, and they just not hike, so, which crosses the Himalayas to get to other, they're not woodlands, but other grounds, which has been, that's why people who have been hiking up there have seen footprints of the Yeti. It's not every time we hike up there you see it, but people have seen the Yeti footprints up there. People have said without any sickness you could accidentally think you've seen a footprint, or you've seen the footprint but it's actually another known animal, or it's kind of stepped on its own footprint, which skeptics say that's what skeptics say to debunk the footprints. So, and locals up there do talk about the Yeti a lot, and there is videos about it, and there are videos where people have allegedly recorded the Yeti. Now, it has been known, it's probably the only one I've known which is very violent. Now, if you go to Australia, you have the Yowie. The Yowie is reported to be exactly the same. I think it's a little bit, I think it's a little bit shorter than the Sasquatch in America, but that's exactly the same. People have reported seeing it. It lives in jungles, it makes rock bounds, it hits trees, it's done, what Sasquatch do. It's been known that it's actually have killed kangaroos. That's been found with its, I don't think I can say this, but with their necks being disconnected from the body. That's what not hikers, forest rangers have said. Grunts have been heard, calls have been heard, stones have been thrown at people. I don't think the Yowie is very aggressive. I think footprints been found, so I think it's still coming. Footprints been found. Yeah, so it's basically like, I think all of these creatures, what people report of the Yeti, is probably exactly the same thing as the Sasquatch, and it's exactly the same species. It's just around the whole of the world, which is very interesting, because we did have I can't say his name, giant pithecus, which was Yeti, Sasquatch, and Yeti size, and that died. Wasn't it after the Ice Age? It died. People said that descendants lived through, and it's now what we see is that. So next week I will be leaving, not physically leaving, but I'll be talking about mythical creatures in America. So if you want me to do any more in the UK, please let me know, but I am researching mythical creatures starting next week, one in America, which I'm torn about talking about skinwalker or something else, which I haven't decided yet. So yeah, so it's bye from me. I'll see you guys in the next video.